Hello guys, welcome again to our YouTube channel. I'm Daniel Maruti. Today I'm going to present to you about the chain rule. At the end of it, don't forget to subscribe, comment and also share to your friends. First, suppose we have a function f of x and g of x, and both are differentiable. Then f of x is the same as the f of g, the form of x. Then if I differentiate this f of x, then I differentiate, it's the same as the f of f prime gx multiplied by g prime x. The whole of it is the same as, this is the chain rule. If you have been told to find, solve an equation, find the chain rule, this is the formula that we are going to use. Let's go to the examples. In examples that we are going to show, we have the easiest way of solving the equation using a chain rule. But today, I'm going to use this formula to solve it using the chain rule. Then, our first example is y equal to the square root of 5x minus 8. If you have been given this equation, and remember we have only two functions, so that you can use it to find the chain rule. We have to find the f of x first, then we have to find the g of x in this equation. We have to illustrate, and this equation is just the same as 5x minus 8 then raised to half. This is the same as this one. So that for me to find the f of x in this equation, the whole of it I will assume to be x. Then my f of x it will be x raised to a half. The whole of it I'm assuming to be x. Then the g of x is the remaining inside, which is 5x minus 8. Then after that I have to differentiate f, then I have to differentiate g. If I differentiate f of x, it will be, remember the differentiation rule. I take the whole of it, I multiply this one, then I subtract 1 from this. It will be a half x raised to a half minus 1 is the same as negative a half. This is my f of x prime. I've differentiated from this one. Then the g of x, I'm going to differentiate this one. G prime of x is the same as, if I differentiate this one, it will be 5. Then remember the chain rule formula is the same as f is the same as the f prime into gx multiplied by g prime x. The whole of it, then we have to substitute from this one to substitute to this formula. Therefore, the f prime is the same as a half into gx. In place of x, I'm going to present it with gx, which is 5x minus 8 raised to negative 1 over 2 multiplied by the g prime, which is the same as 5. It's the same as a half into, yet multiplied by this is the same as 5 over 2 into 5x minus 8 raised to negative 1 over 2. This one is the chain rule. This is the chain rule. Then, another way to solve this one, no need of using the shortcut way. No need of using this formula to find it. But you can use this the easiest way. Yet we know our equation is y equal to the square root of 5x minus 8 which is the same as 5x minus 8 raised to a half. You can use another method. That is, the way it is, I have to differentiate this function the way it is, which is the same as I multiply this one, it is the same as a half into the way it is 5x minus 8. Then I subtract 1 from here, a half minus 1. Then after that, I multiply by the differentiation of inside, which is the same as, if I differentiate 5x, it's the same as 5 because it's the same as 5. Then it will be 5 over 2 into 5x minus 8 raised to negative 1 over 2. It's the same answer. That is it. It's very simple how to use a chain rule. Maybe let's go to the next example, example 2. The example 2 is, if you have been given a question like y equal to the sine of 3x squared minus 2. This equation, for you to use a chain rule. And we know the chain rule, the formula is f of x prime is the same as f prime g of x multiplied by g prime of x. Therefore, this one I have to categorize into the f of x and g of x. My f of x, let me call it sine, and the whole of it to be x. Then g of x, it will be the remaining 3x squared minus 2. Then the f prime of x, it will be the cos x. Then the g of x prime, it will be, I differentiate this one, is the same as 6x. Just the same as 6x. Then, to use a chain rule and this formula, then I substitute f prime of x is the same as, then I'm going to use the f prime is this one, which is the same as cos. In place of x, I'm going to substitute the g, 3x squared minus 2 multiplied by g prime of x, which is the same as 6x. This is the chain rule. I've been solving it using the chain rule. But what about you have not given this one and this one? The similar example that doesn't look like this. Maybe for number 3, I use only for the last example, y equal to 6x squared minus 2x. Then after this, I raise to 4. I have to come with f of x, which is the same. The whole of this, I assume it to be x. Then it will be raised to 4. Then the g of x, it will be the inside function, which is the same as x squared minus 2x. Then the f prime of x is the same as, I have to differentiate this one. It will be 4x raised to 3. Then the g of x prime is the same as, I have to differentiate this one. It will be 12x minus 2. Then I come and I combine all to the chain rule. It will be f prime x, it will be x, it will be x, in place of x, 4x cubed, in place of x, I will be writing g of x, which is the same as x, 6x squared minus 2x raised to 3 multiplied by the g prime of x, which is 12x minus 2, and this is the answer. Thank you for watching.